Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Tommy, and in today's video we're going to talk about the DJI Action 2, and is it still a good camera in 2023? Let's check out. So this is the DJI Action 2. It's a magnetic action cam that has 4K capability. The magnetic case makes it easy to just pop off the camera module from the front screen of the power module and pop it back on. And even if you are using a mount, you can just pop it on the camera and pop it right off. Pretty smooth actually. And if you have anything that's made of metal, you can just attach the camera and press record. That's quite neat. This little thing, when it's not attached to the screen or the power module, is waterproof down to 10 meters. And that makes it easy to just take your camera with you and dive right into a pool or the ocean and just press record without thinking that you need to use a waterproof cage. However, if you want to go below 10 meters, then you will need a waterproof case. It also has built-in storage, 32 gigabytes, which is really handy if you don't remember to put it in your memory card or anything like that. So you can just press record and you will have your data saved inside the little camera. It's small and lightweight, it just fits easy in my palm, there's nothing to worry about, and it weighs only 56 grams, which is super nice. It comes with a 1/1.7 inch CMOS sensor. It has a 155 degrees field of view, a set aperture of 2.8. It has a 35mm format, which is equivalent to 12.7 millimeters. It has a focus range of 0.3 meters to infinity, and it records in 1080 250 frames a second up to 4K 120 frames a second. So that's nice if you want to record slow motion. It also has time lapse and so on and so on. You get it, it's an action cam. It comes with rock steady and also their horizon steady, which means you can rotate your camera while recording and the image will stay in place. That's pretty nice. I don't really use it that much, but I've used Rocksteady and almost always it worked great. Maximum video bitrate is 130 megabits per second, which is pretty neat, and they say the battery time is up to 7 minutes. I've used it and I've never drained the battery, and if you drain the battery, you just pop it on your display and it charges. That's nice. So overall, this is a great little camera, but it has some issues. First of all, it overheats. I mean, it's a little camera in an aluminium cage. If you use it, it will overheat. But I haven't had that issue that often, but it could happen. So have that in mind before you buy it. The other thing is that you must use one of your modular cases, because if you want to transfer your files to a memory card, you have to pop it on. And if you want to charge it, you have to pop it on. This doesn't have a slot for an SD card or to charge, but this has. So this is a must. Another thing is it only has 8-bit color. 8-bit color isn't a problem, it works, but if you want that little extra 10-bit, then you have to look for something else. And the last thing is the stabilization. It has rock steady stabilization and it's great almost always, but there's a but. The stabilization works by using the shutter, a high shutter, and stabilize it frame by frame. So the image has to be sharp for the rock steady to work perfectly. And that's why if you use an ND filter or something like that to create more cinematic footage, then your image isn't going to be that sharp on the edges, and the rock steady has a hard time to stabilize the footage. So if you're super shaky, or if you're flying an FPV, doing hard turns and stuff like that, then it's going to have these micro jitters or wobbles, and that sucks because it destroys the complete footage. However though, in the last days, DJI has posted an update for this little camera, which gives you access to the gyro data, and you haven't had access to that before. And what that means is you can stabilize your footage in post using that gyro data. You can stabilize it in gyroflow and you won't have the jitters anymore, and that's just, finally, this is a great camera if you're pleased with 8-bit color. I mean, you can put it on your FPV drone, and afterwards when you have recorded your footage, you can put it in gyroflow and stabilize it, and it will look smooth because gyroflow is the king of stabilizing footage. There's a few things you have to do before you can use the gyro data, and that is, before you record, turn off electronic in-body stabilization and choose the field of view wide. Then you will get access to it. If you don't do it, then you don't have access to the gyro data, so remember that. So, conclusion of this little thing is, if you want something cheaper and you don't need or have the urge to have 10-bit color, then this is a cheap, lightweight camera. Compared to the GoPro Hero 11 Mini, this weighs less than half its weight. This is 56 grams, as I said, and the Hero Mini is 133 grams. But the GoPro Hero 11 has 10-bit color, this only has 8-bit color. But if you're pleased with that, shoot. It's a cheap camera now, it has a couple of years on it, so you can get off by like $300, I think. Would I recommend it? Yeah, sure. If you don't need that 10-bit color science and you want a light, small camera, then I think this one is for you, especially now when they released the access to the gyro data. I'm pretty happy with it, but I would love the 10-bit color science. So if DJI releases that with the Cinelight, then this is definitely something to look for. I hope you learned something and got your thoughts ready for the DJI Action 2 if you're going to buy it or not. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you do, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks for today, guys.